All right, so we're here now in the corner office. We got a live edition in studio this time. We don't get to do this often, so it's nice of you to join us. We got here today Peter Weedfald, the Senior VP of Sales and Marketing for Sharp Home Appliances. Peter, thank you for taking the short drive down from New Jersey to join us.
Rob, it's great. I didn't know there was so much traffic down here. It feels like I'm in L.A. for some reason.
You know, Memorial Day weekend was last weekend, but, you know, I guess the traffic carries over into Tuesday. I don't know what's up with that, but glad of you to take the time.
Beautiful studio here at Napco.
Thank you.
Really,
yeah, we appreciate it. So, I'd like to get a lot done here. So, just to dive right in, give us the elevator pitch on what's up with Sharp Home Appliances and you guys. So
sure. Well, we've been our expression today is "sharp is on the march." That rhymes, right? Sharp is on the march.
I think so.
Yeah, a little bit. But we've been working hard around all of our various appliances, if you will. Kitchen appliances is where we spend the majority of our time. But really, before I get into what we're doing specifically, I wanted to kind of mention what our calling is, our creed, our benediction, how we sort of unleash capacity both inside the company and outside the company with intense sobriety. And that is our mantle is simply better living. So Sharp, simply better living. And what that means is the products are very simple to use. They're better, wink, wink, sorry competitors, than our competition. And it's all about a better lifestyle, whether it's a healthier lifestyle or enjoying life in a better way. So simply better living and Sharp.
And you mentioned the better, healthier living. That kind of, I think, helps lend itself to your next answer or next question, I would assume. But so what's new with you guys? What's new with Sharp Home Appliances, and what do you guys have coming down the line that both retailers and consumers can kind of expect to see here?
Yeah, so what's new is actually part of the foundation of what's old. And what's old is being healthy. And as you know, in America, and in fact in all countries, we spend trillions of dollars on ways to work out and drinking bottled water and trying to stay healthy. And it turns out that one of the most healthiest ways to eat food and prepare the food is in steam. So Sharp has sold over 2 million superheated steam ovens worldwide, and that's a very big number. So we have two products. One is a built-in 3-in-1 superheated steam oven. It cooks at 485 degrees super Fahrenheit. It cooks at 212, and it cooks at convection. And that's a built-in wall oven. But now we're announcing a countertop superheated steam oven, which will retail for $399, and you cook with superheated 485 degree steam, which is, again, a healthier way for you to articulate food.
So I don't know if there is any history of being a chef in your past, but what is it about the steam cooking that makes it healthier? What is it about this new appliance that what makes it different, I guess?
Sure. So if you think about cooking with convection, or you think about some of the toaster ovens out there actually cook with what they call dehydration. The whole idea is that for you to digest food, it needs to be hydrated. When you eat food, liquids will come out inside your body, right? Saliva and everything else, and it will try to hydrate it so it'll get through your system. So when you cook with 485 degrees superheated steam, it actually hydrates the food. And what that does is it brings it back to life and allows you to digest food that is hydrated, which is very positive. It also helps to cut out oils and fats in the food and brings that food back to its original texture.
It's interesting. So I know with the superheated steam, that's you mentioned it's an old technology that you guys are kind of bringing back and bringing again to the fore. But Sharp in general seems to be a company that is sort of at the cutting edge of these cooking technologies. How is it that you as a company sort of stay on top of those trends? Is it feedback coming from consumers? Is it things you're hearing from retailers? What's sort of what goes into your product game plan?
Well, I think the heritage of the company all the way back to 1912 is to build products that, one, people admire, two, people need and want, but three, that others need to follow. And so it isn't just our superheated steam. It's also things like our PCI, which is plasma cluster ion technology for air purification systems. We have sold over 70 million, think of that number, 70 million PCI engines worldwide in all kinds of varieties of products. And what PCI does, it's positive and negative ions. It goes out into a room and identifies viruses, bacteria, caca, mildew, mold, odors, and grabs hold of it and destroys it with positive and negative ions, which is actually oxygen and hydrogen. The reason that's important is that in many foreign countries, literally every room of every house has an air purifier. Every business office has an air purifier. And you want to know why?
We breathe bad air.
Well, think about it. So the EPA says the air inside your home is 5 times worse than the air outside.
Yeah.
We breathe about 24,000 breaths a day, according to the EPA. 24,000?
Yeah.
So we're bringing a lot in. There's about 40 million people who have upper respiratory problems. 35 million people have asthma. Believe it or not, almost 40 million people still smoke in this country. So when you add all that up and aggregate it, and then you add 85 million dogs and 60 million cats in the 115 million households, we need to do something to purify the air. So part of Simply Better Living is we have a device called our Sharp Plasma Cluster Ion Technology Air Purifier, which is very simple to use. It's better than just a plain true HEPA or other products out there because this is active versus passive.
Sure.
Active means it goes around the room to find the bad things versus you stick a device in the corner and it waits for something to come by. That is, again, about healthy living. So healthy living in steam, healthy living and air purification for Sharp home appliances.
That's awesome. And so you guys are clearly, looking at the ways you can kind of improve. The saying says it all, simply better living. Ways to improve life, whether it's from the food or air purification, and obviously many other ways as well. So shifting gears a little bit, want to talk about what you guys are doing from the partnership standpoint, developing and forging relationships in this channel, which I think is important to most of our, well, I should say all of our audience and retailers and distributors. So what is Sharp Home Appliances doing from that standpoint to create better relationships with your key partners?
Sure. So a few things. Number one, we do not compete against our independent dealers, our retailers, our distributors. We do not compete against them, meaning we don't have a website where we actually take an order. A lot of our competitors are actually selling online while they're also asking channels partners to go ahead and sell for them. So that's one thing we don't do. Number two, we've now carved out a built-in product line for our independent dealers and for our regional dealers and retailers that helps protect them in their businesses and their brand and their profits and our brand and our profits in their giving channels of distribution in their disciplines. And number three, we've developed a program called a Sharp Radius program, where we go in to a dealer, a retailer, whoever it might be, 1 location, 10 locations, 20 locations, and we work with them so that they can better own their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 mile radius of who they are going after and who is their most important builders, architects, designers, customers, and relationships, and we work with them. So we don't drive traffic in that area back to our website because we're not going to take the order. We drive it to them. And it's a very special program above and beyond that is very, very successful for us right now.
That's awesome. And, you talk about developing those relationships and there's a lot of noise, I think, right now in kind of home appliances and what we're seeing. So, a lot of options, a lot of different technologies that are getting thrown into the mix. But what is Sharp Home Appliances doing to sort of differentiate yourself and stand out in that market and maybe make a better product for retailers to potentially pitch to interested consumers? Sure.
So already we are, as you may know, we are the company that actually has 11 patents on the on the microwave built-in drawer. Okay. And we have about 57-60% of the entire marketplace with the Sharp badge. We build for others. And we just announced a new product. We call it the 2480, a Magic Wave, where you have a built-in microwave drawer. And instead of having to go and push it with your hand or your button, let's say your hands are full of chicken, you walk up and you wave in the air and the drawer opens up. So for us, again, that's simply better living. It's very simple to use. You wave at it. It's better because you don't have to touch it. And it's all about better living. So between the technology of products we're bringing, as 2480 is a great example, our focus on steam, whether it's built-in or countertop, our focus on air purification, I think that's important, but there's one more. I have done a lot of study in the marketplace. So has Jim Sandusky, our president, and others inside the company. And what we realize is that when people are about to make a decision to build a new kitchen, The question is, what is it what they look at first when they walk into a dealer's showroom? Is it, I must see this brand? Is it, I have a price point? Literally, it's cosmetics and design. The first thing is, if they love the way it looks, what brand is it? What's the price point? What do I need to do to get it in my home? So we have gone really, really as hard as we can into cosmetics and design for our new products, and our new built-in products like our wall oven and our double wall oven, and the induction stovetop is coming, is absolutely gorgeous, delicious to look at, and will unleash capacity in sales for Sharp, unleash capacity for all of our dealers and our regional retailers, and it'll also delight consumers who are looking for, an absolutely beautiful, cosmetically and designed kitchen.
Yeah, we've aside from just Dealerscope, we have a few other brands here under our portfolio, and one of which is talking all about the beauty of design and how things, the crossroads, I guess, of technology and design. So to see sort of your brand focus on design and what it looks first, as you mentioned, it's what hits you when you walk into a store. So that's something we're seeing every day, and it's cool to hear it sort of in action from your perspective as well.
And if you think about it, people are buying a dream, right? Yep. They want to redo their kitchen, whether you're a builder, an architect, designer, or just a customer, a consumer, and there's a dream. And so really the goal is, how do I service the imagination of your dream? How do I service it? Mm-hmm. So there's really two buckets to that. One is relevancy. Product's got to be the right speeds, the right feeds. It's got to have the latest gadgets. It's got to be from a well-known brand. So all of that's a check for us. But the second one is creativity. It's got to be really creative. It's got to be beautiful. It's got to be one of the best cosmetics and designs available. If you can combine creativity with relevancy, we can service the dream of those that want to build a brand new kitchen, because Sharp will be and is going to be a leader in cosmetic and design and technology, let alone we are a leader in cooking. We're known for cooking, whether it's a countertop microwave oven, a commercial microwave oven in a restaurant, whether it's an OTR, whether it's a built-in microwave drawer, whether it's all of our products, including our steam products. We're in a pretty good shape to now go on what we call the march. So Sharp is on the march.
Awesome. Well, Peter, we appreciate you taking the time again to come down to Philadelphia and sit and chat with us for a little bit. So best of luck. We'll always be following the news on you guys and look forward to seeing what comes down the line.
Thanks a lot, Rob. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Man.
Yep.